The most homeless place in America.
This is the most homeless place in America per capita.
Washington, D.C., where prosperity meets power,
in DC.
where history mingles with modernity.
Beat butt.
To outsiders, the city may seem to be the example of
shit.
achievement and opportunity.
What's up, everybody? We are currently in Washington, D.C., the most homeless place in America per capita. I'm with my good friend Tommy G. We're at McPherson Square right now, which used to be a hub
Square.
of homelessness.
More than 70 people are now living in the McPherson Square camp.
As you can see, it's cleared out, it's fenced off, there's no one here anymore, but recently this was a tent city.
Today, dozens experiencing homelessness were forced out of McPherson Square.
And we're going to find out today what life is like here in D.C., the most homeless place in America.
This is known as one of the most homeless places per capita in the country.
Right.
Does that surprise you?
No.
My mama.
This is the only place where you can get your voice
Mandatory,
heard.
bro.
There are good people out here.
Mandatory.
Why do you think this is the most homeless place per capita?
That's just
Because there's a lot of opportunities here.
Growing
There's a lot
up,
more compassion and empathy
honestly.
here too. You have people in other states that just walk up to you and say, die. I chose to come
What
here.
the
You know
fuck?
what about me here? My PTSD. I was scared of bridges. I used to live under that bridge. And I was tired of being scared of bridges. I was in the first Gulf War.
what the
The one that
fuck?
counted.
We heard the veterans could get apartments for free around here. Is that true?
Yeah, it's very true.
So what keeps you from getting a free apartment rather than
He was in
staying
the
out
Gulf
here?
War.
I have an apartment.
But you still stay in a tent out here?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Nigga,
Why
what?
not? I mean, you know,
Let me tell you why homeless.
He just want to kick it with the homies type shit.
You got regular unemployment. You had the pandemic.
That nigga-
unemployment. Every
Wait.
homeless person out here.
Hold on, what the fuck?
why
The
not?
decorations in the nigga
Let me tell you why
tent.
homelessness
This shoe
in
plan is catching me.
metropolitan cities will never be fixed. You got regular unemployment. You had the pandemic.
Look, bro, what kind of Nike is that? That's like a blazer. It's like a low top blazer with a fucking plant in it. That's kind of crazy. Crackhead cribs? No, I ain't never seen a crackhead's crib. I've seen like trap houses and videos. Like that's about it. Crackhead niggas living in a tent or something, knotted off in the middle of the street, sleep. That's about it.
Unemployment. Every homeless person out here is getting $785 a month. You would think that every homeless person out here would be in a house by now. On top
These
of the
niggas
free
getting-
money, you got free clothes.
Nigga, they're getting damn near $800 a month. Nigga, that's a little something to do the something with. But it's like, where they gonna put it? You giving a homeless nigga $800? Where the fuck? Niggas getting stabbed over that. If it's like a check or cash, bad. That nigga's noodles. But you can use a couple hundred of that to open a bank account, couldn't you? Feel me? That would be the logical play. But them niggas be geeked off hella substances. Don't make no logical decisions.
Shelter provided to you. The city gives you tents for free. The churches to come out every Saturday and Sunday. You give out gift cards and all of these things, right? 90% of that is dispersed, goes back into drugs. We're
That's
homeless by
crazy.
choice.
Next, we spoke to a man who had been living in Fort Reno Park, but was recently displaced by the homeless camp cleanups.
On December 16th, Department of Human Services,
Good, I
National
got
Park
you after
Services,
this.
and Park Police came and evicted all of us. There was a 68-year-old man, there was a pregnant girl, and a guy who was trying to kick heroin. So 70 people were displaced. Okay, how many of those got apartments?
I'm not sure.
3.
We've been told by several people that the free housing was very good. Do you disagree with that?
I'm on the voucher list. I've been on it for 6 months now, and just everything's starting to roll. They want to re-displace me. I've already been displaced. They want to displace me even more. And the question remains, where are we supposed to go?
With nowhere to go, many homeless
Better
people
get in
sought
your
shelter
bag,
within
my
tent
nigga.
cities,
Fuck
hidden
it.
in the woods.
Behind me right now is probably the closest thing to a tent city that we found. It's pretty camouflaged by the trees and the brush. It's hard to see from the road. It's hard to know this would even be here. We have several tents layered with tarps. We got big 5-gallon jugs of water right there, coolers to keep things cold. And right here, you have a baseball bat. I guess you could assume this could be for protection.
Yeah,
And it
someone
just keeps
getting
going
their
back.
ass beat with
Laundry
that.
bins.
God.
If found, please return to Amsterdam Hall. Over here we have
just took
a
that from a
scooter
uni.
that is being used as a laundry rack.
You gotta get this message out. It's not just, they're thinking that if you close down an encampment, okay, 1, where are the people gonna go? Okay, 2, look at the messes they made of the encampment closing so far. Noma, they killed someone.
In the Noma neighborhood, city crews
Swear.
were clearing tents there when people on scene say a small bulldozer started to clear a tent with a man still inside.
They don't know where half of those people are. The government
That's
relies
crazy.
on Miriam's Kitchen and other private organizations like Georgetown Ministry,
And just say, "Fuck it."
to do the heavy work Wasn't the mayor just given $50 billion to deal with the homeless situation? Where's that money? Affordable housing is now a reality in today's economic society. I mean, and they say, get a job. Okay, I'll get a job. My problem is keeping the job, you know?
And lock in.
Honestly,
nigga.
you know, it's not just...
That nigga said, I can get the job. My problem is keeping, you feel me, keeping it and keep working and doing all that shit. But like, I feel where he coming from, but at the same time, it's like, nigga, look at the situation you're in, nigga. It's either you lock the fuck in or you just a fucking bot. Just keep doing what you doing, smoking cigarette butts on an office chair in the woods.
Society's also me.
We're the voice of the city. That's the reason why they're trying to get rid of us, and there's the reason why there's people helping us. There's the reason why it's so hard to get rid of us.
To some people, it seems like an
He's not
issue
even
that might
homeless.
never be
That's the
solved.
funny part.
What do you think about that?
Well, those people, they need to take some iodine and some ginkgo biloba.
Any
The
misconceptions about
fuck
homeless
was
people you'd like to clear
that?
up?
Yeah, they're
Iodine?
not all drug addicts.
Ginkgo
I'll tell you
biloba?
what. Let me change that. Y'all got a lot of fucking nerve calling these people drug addicts when y'all do sugar. When y'all drink milk. You like sugar? You like milk.
Facts. Hey,
Those are
I ain't
dangerous
gonna
drugs.
lie.
Damn it.
He's not lying, bruh. You can't really, cause sugar is like worse than crack, bro. That shit, that artificial shit, bro. Man, that shit.
Drugs.
Man, that shit
We're the only
crazy.
species on this planet that drinks another species
Should
milk.
be good,
Remember,
bro.
jealousy is only corrupted admiration.
What
That shit
really
is
needs to be talked about
sick.
is this Trank situation.
The Trank, I learned about that in
Trank.
Philadelphia. It's coming
All my
down here
niggas
to
off the
DC now.
Trank nodding out.
And as soon as they mix Trank with that boot, there's gonna be dying. And Department of Human Services wants to worry about me living in a camp. You know, why don't you worry about what's about to happen? The tsunami of shit that's about to happen.
Why is the media not covering the opioid epidemic and the Trank epidemic? Not only can you not even get heroin anymore, you can't even get clean fentanyl anymore.
You know, and the thing
Damn.
about Trank is that they're like, oh well, you can use Narcon. No, you can't. It's not opioid. The thing about Trank is that there is no counteragent.
What is something that
Fuck.
could be done to help
Just
the
dead.
homelessness situation? Like, are there any solutions? I know it's not an easy solution, but are there any solutions?
No. I'll be here to catch you when you get here.
Everyone's just a paycheck or two away, right?
Right. It's not just a mental health thing. It's not just a person's lazy. It's not just, you know, it's a convolution of crap can just happen and you find yourself out here.
We the richest poor people because you have
That's
organizations
real.
out here. Like right now, at 4 o'clock, Miriam's. They have gourmet chefs that make food for the homeless.
Right now, we're on our way to Miriam's Kitchen. We're going to see if we can catch the dinner rush there, I suppose. How do you shower out here?
Well, there's some places that give showers, like Georgetown Ministry. You take a shower there. I go to the pools.
The street
That
noise. How do
nigga
you
go to
sleep
the
with such loud
pools?
noise right by you in the middle of the night?
You zone out.
Oh my
What came
God.
first, chicken and egg? Do I get fucked up because
That's
I'm an addict,
crazy.
or am I an addict because I'm out here, you know?
We arrived at Miriam shortly after they had closed and spoke to a man about the dangers of getting caught up in this system.
You know, the biggest shelter in the world is what? The biggest shelter in the world is what? Welfare. Because you in a place that you cannot own. And then you in a household where there's a parent missing. So the last 2 weeks out of the month, there's no money, there's no food. Because some states don't have pantries where you can go get groceries. Just because you give a sandwich out or buy a bike, that's not helping. But a shelter is built for you to stay in there. Because after 90 days, they're supposed to put you in a place, but they don't.
Damn.
Even when you ain't there, they getting paid for that bed. As long as your name is in the system.
How do you think drugs get to the hood?
The government bring it. Because they want you to die instead of getting your money. And schools need to change their system. Because schools don't teach you responsibility when you are going through high
Bruh,
school.
that
being an
shit is
adult.
real.
They teach you how to fail, man. The system is created to fall.
Bro, that shit is so real, my nigga. He's spitting some facts, bro. This nigga. School really just be teaching you about old dead white niggas don't nobody give a fuck about. Teaching you about some random ass shit from hella long ago I don't give one fuck about. Nigga, teach me how to invest properly. Teach me how to do this, do that. Like, they need to be designated courses, nigga. They need so much shit, bro. I ain't gonna lie, modern day school ass as fuck.
Takes the young people like
That shit
y'all
ass.
to sit at a table with ideals that's gonna make things work.
If you had one wish, what would
I
it
can't
be?
imagine
That
high school
no
now.
children or elderly will be outside.
Glad I got
right
out when I
now,
did.
there's more children,
Mama.
there's more grandmothers on the street right now. And it ain't supposed to be like that.
So with the sun setting, we left Miriam's kitchen to look at one of the last remaining park encampments yet to be cleared out by NPS.
So yeah, this is Kennedy Center encampment. Been around for a good minute, but yeah, this is where people end up after like they do things like McPherson's, quick close down McPherson. You know, again, what are we supposed to do? You know, where are we supposed to go? We're gonna end up on people's front lawns. Mayor Bauer did just get that, $50 billion from Biden, right? Why is it still happening?
So with that
50
$50 billion
what?
grant, you see no
Did he
difference
say
whatsoever.
billion? 50 billion or million?
From Biden, right? Why is it on people's front lawns? Mayor Bauer did just get that, $50 billion from Biden, right? Why is it still
Billion.
happening?
So with that $50 billion grant, you see no difference whatsoever.
Niggas just printing up
What's-
money.
what's-
Nigga, here you go.
I've seen no difference in what they're doing.
Even with the ever-growing resources DC has for the homeless, the city's rates of homelessness have only climbed since last year.
Oh,
After
damn.
spending millions of dollars on shelters, housing, and vouchers, Mayor Bowser quietly released the results of the most recent point-in-time count for those experiencing homelessness in the nation's capital. For the first time since 2016, the number of people living on the streets has gone up.
Is there
Bruh.
any avenue for the homeless
She
out here
must
to make
suck,
money?
bruh.
Is panhandling
Oh,
work?
God.
What are the
Again,
alternatives?
Remember we were talking about this living in 4 different standards, dude. How do you save for money when you're living in a day-to-day standard? When you're living day-to-day, how do you plan for that?
Because you
That
don't plan
is
for your
true.
future if you're living like that, right?
If you don't have a future,
You
why
just gotta
plan for
survive
it?
the day.
That's sad.
Isn't it though?
If you had one wish, what would
That's
it be?
crazy.
That I wasn't here, that this wasn't happening.
Yeah.
But it is, and I am. So making the best of it. That's what you can do. That's all you can do.
Real
Yes,
nigga.
All right, man. What were your takeaways?
He's so
from
real
today,
for
Brandon?
that,
For the
bro.
general population, clearing
Shout
places
out
like
that
McPherson
nigga.
Park seems to help the issue of homelessness, at least topically, right? But then when you go into these harder to find areas, you see that the homeless people are still here. They're just not in plain sight. So I guess that leaves the viewer to decide, like, is that good? Is that bad? I think it's good for the general population, but a lot of the homeless people seem to think it was a bad thing.
I think it's one of those issues that if this was happening in front of your apartment building, in front of your workplace, there's feces, there's needles, you want it cleared out. I think
Facts.
it's undeniable. And anyone that says different, invite people over to live in your house and see how you feel. But the fact is, this is an issue that
Been
will
there
never go
before.
away. As tough as this issue is, this seems the best way to handle it that I've seen so far. So I applaud Washington, D.C. I'm thankful we got to meet some of its citizens and people, and they got to tell our story. And I'm happy that we got to have this experience.
And if you were happy to watch my recent collaborations with Tommy G, commemorate the experience by buying our Most Dangerous t-shirt collaboration, available right now at thebuckinghamshop.com.
Cool, it doesn't really matter
Oh
what I
my
do, cause I'll always
God.
stay stuck as a fool. I'll never be cool. Don't get what I want. I'm way lamer than you. I'll never be cool. All the cool kids got their backpacks. Me, I'll make fun of and laughed at. I wanna get past that, but I'm whack and I rap at a last. Always last. What an ass hat.
That nigga said all the cool kids got their backpacks. His outro is fucking hilarious, bro. The only issue I have with your videos, Brandon, are how short they are. True. He be with Tommy G. That nigga Tommy G be dropping like damn near 30 ball vid. Nigga Tommy G was hogging up all the clips, bro. These homeless look a lot different than where I live. These guys are a lot cleaner, coherent, and altogether way healthier than the homeless where I stay. Around my place, they look like they on death's door. Yeah, it's because these niggas getting $750 a month and then they just crashing out.